Hello, Cardinals. We are starting Lesson 3 today. Lesson 3, Getting Started. We are on pages 11, 12, and 13, the 3 pages we use to get our unit ready. On page 11, you should have the topic Getting Started. And our focus question for Lesson 3 is, how do water and air move in the atmosphere? You will tape Lesson 3 objectives on page 12, and on page 13 will be your notes, including your vocabulary. So for the Getting Started, we're going to do a little introduction today. It's going to talk about ice, water, and water vapor are different states in which water exists on Earth. We're going to talk about precipitation and how gravity and the sun drive the water cycle. We're going to be talking about how water vapor, ice, liquids, all that kind of stuff affect the atmosphere and affect your weather. The objective for the Getting Started today is to investigate the water cycle. And we have a lot of notes to do for Lesson 3, so you're going to want to get all of this down in your notebook. We're going to be talking about examples of water in each state. That would be on your textbooks, page 27 and 30. We're going to talk about humidity, how water vapor, water evaporates using energy, and how water condenses using energy. We're going to talk about deposition, precipitation, transportation, and we're going to be sketching the water cycle. So all of this will be going in your notebook on page 13. You're going to skip some spaces between all of these. So for our Getting Started, number 1, we're going to be this little overview of the lesson, talking about how the water cycle and how temperatures of the surface of the Earth affect movement and water condensing above it. And as always, remember to work carefully, neatly, and accurately during your investigations. For the second part of Getting Started, we're going to discuss as a class the water cycle and how clouds form. We're going to be looking at a couple of pictures here, different types of clouds, and discussing the ideas that you already have, your prior knowledge with the class, and recording those in your notebook. And for number 3, we're going to be talking about data tables and how do you think the temperature of the surface of the Earth affects the air above it, and how will that temperature affect how air moves. So kind of thinking back to Lesson 2, when we talked about the heating of the Earth's surface, and now bringing in the atmosphere, the area above the Earth's surface. And then we're going to be looking at these things called convection tubes, and we're going to brainstorm ways we can use these to record things like how surface temperature affects air temperature, air movement, and cloud formation. So we're going to be looking at a couple different pieces of equipment today. So you have a big to-do list today. A lot of it will be done as a class. 1 through 4, Getting Started will probably be done as a class, but we'll be having an overview, talking about our prior knowledge with the water cycle, talking about data tables and questions with that, and then brainstorming what can be done with those convection tubes. You're going to get some time to work on your notes, including all those vocabulary. And if whatever time you have at the end, you should prep for tomorrow. You should read and go over Investigation 3.1. That's in your textbook on page 26. And you should read Water, Kind of a Big Deal in your textbook, page 27. So all of that going on today. Good luck today, Cardinals.